What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be going over the Viktos Upscale II CCW bag. This is a CCW bag, a EDC type bag that I have bought and kind of built out. Not necessarily done yet, but for majority of people, for a lot of the populace, I think a bag, this bag or a bag like this or built out like this is very useful, very realistic, and a lot more, would get probably a lot more use than a, Vertex SBR bag or, something like that. I don't have anything against, having a bag in your car with a CC or a PCC or an SBR or, chest rig, plate carrier, stuff like that. I don't have anything necessarily against that, but I think for the general populace, and a better way to more realistically spend your money is to build out a bag kind of like this, kind of minimalistic and more trauma response, which is the way I've kind of built this bag out. So, alright, yep, we're going to go ahead and get into it. So, like I said, Viktos Upscale II CCW bag. This one's in multicam black, as you can see. It comes in a variety of colors. So yeah, this one, it's got 3 main compartments. We've got a sunglasses spot up here, which I would not use that for actual sunglasses, as it's kind of flimsy. It's got nice padding on the inside. Let's see if I can get that. It's got some nice padding on the inside, but this bag, and I'll get into it later, it's got a flex point right here. It's got a pivot point, and I think that would probably cause an issue for metal sunglasses frames and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll get into that. So it's got this sunglasses pouch up here. Kind of the main compartment right here, at least the main way I'm using it, is right here. So this compartment is a pretty good size. It's got it's got 5 different slots to use. And, you can run pistol mags back here. I've seen people build these out a number of different ways. The way I've built it out is I've got 2 cat tourniquets up here, trauma shears, rubber gloves, Sharpie for marking time on tourniquets, extra handgun magazine. In here, we've got an Israeli bandage. This is a pretty good size pouch. You can run, a whole lot of stuff up here. Food, snacks, hand warmers, stuff like that. Wouldn't be bad options. I've also just thrown in 2 more wrapping gauzes, wrapping bandages, or whatever. I really probably should take these. I really don't need these in there. But that's what I have in this main compartment. When it comes to building this out as a trauma bag versus, having more gun stuff like CCW and stuff, you're more likely, statistically, to use a tourniquet, bandages, wound packing, chest seal, stuff like that. That stuff is more likely to be used every day over even, an SBR or even drawing your CCW weapon on somebody. So again, like I said, I think this is a much more realistic way to go about having an EDC car bag, if you will. Everybody can use tourniquets. Everybody probably should have tourniquets if you're into the self-defense gun space, stuff like that. You need to have medical stuff on you, especially if you're rocking a handgun with an extra magazine and then a backup gun and all that, whatever. You need to be packing and prioritizing medical over an extra magazine, a spare mag, and stuff like that. Just statistics kind of are on my side in that respect. So moving on, yeah, that's the medical pocket. If you haven't taken a Stop the Bleed course, I would highly recommend a Stop the Bleed course. They're pretty much free in every state where they're offered. They're free. You have a chance to get door prizes a lot. I won some tourniquets and stuff. The last one I went to, some wound packing and stuff like that. But yeah, if you haven't taken Stop the Bleed courses, take those. So yeah, moving on. It's got this pouch here, and I've got some Quick Claw in there. I had some chest seals in here, but I moved those to my chest rig for the time being. Moving on to the CCW slot on this bag, I was a bit optimistic in thinking I could get my staccato in here. It is deep enough to get it, but it is it's not the way the bag is designed, it's not going to work. So like I said, there's a flex point here, and if you're running this as a sling bag, if you're wearing this on your back, which is literally how you're going to wear it, you are not going to be able to, I would say even like a Glock 17 would be pretty uncomfortable or just not work in this bag. Maybe a Glock 19 would work. So the issue is, like I said, if you're running this as a sling bag and this is worn around your body, there's this flex point here, like this line here. This will wrap around your body because it's a sling bag like that. So realistically, you can't get to this full pocket. You're going to only be able to get to this section of it. So you have to have your handgun accessible from only this section here. And if you're running like a subcompact, if you're running like a compact pistol, I don't think that'll be an issue. Well, it won't be an issue. You could get to it. Like a P365 or revolver, Glock 43, Glock 48, stuff like that. I think you would be good with that. Any full-size handgun, I think, is going to present a bit of an issue, and I can kind of demonstrate it here. Give me a second, and I'll get that set up. All right, so here's my handgun. Let's make sure it's clear. Yeah, it looks great. Okay, so if you put this in here, it'll fit, it'll close, full-size handgun, fits no problem. Problem is that when you're wearing this like a sling bag, like it's supposed to be worn, when this is out on your chest, if you pull this around to the front of your body, this is a pivot point. This is a pinch point. So this will be wrapped around under your arm, basically. So you only have access to this side of the bag. This is pinched off unless you take the bag off or pull it away from your body. So you couldn't have a holster mounted like this. You couldn't have a holster mounted down into like at a 45 like that. And even if you did, you could technically mount it that way, but when you reached in to pull, there's nowhere to pull up and out of, because this is a wall. This is, for all intents and purposes, pinched off and closed, so you can't actually pull out like that at an angle. You have to pull it straight up, and it has to be in this area to be able to be accessed. So it would, if you were going to use a gun like this, you would have to have it theoretically mounted like that to be able to pull it up. And obviously, like I said, as you can see, it's a bit too big for that. So if you were going to use this pocket as a CCW pocket, you're gonna have to run a subcompact probably. Maybe some compacts will fit in there. Here, I mean, some compact pistols will definitely fit in there, but you're gonna have to run it straight out like that because this is pinched off. So rethinking in the future, I might run maybe some type of compact pistol in here at some point. I might use this as a expansion, might run some more medical stuff in here, move some of this pocket stuff into here, and be able to expand it and just run it as a straight medical bag. Maybe an extra handgun magazine for on the body carry. Anyway, isn't a bad idea in this type of bag. So yeah, I like this bag. It's a good bag. I think a lot more usefully built than a lot of the stuff I see, you know, Vertex, SBR bags, stuff like that. They all have their place, but I think this bag and this type of build's a bit more realistic for the average person. So yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments. All right, see ya.